Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to do a quick deep dive into all the node editing tools that are included in Lightburn. Just give you a quick overview, show you how to use them, what they do, and just another tool to put in your back pocket. Let's get right into Lightburn and get going. All right. So here you see we have this SVG graphic of a watermelon, and it's all grouped together. And the first thing you need to know is node editing does not work on grouped images. So we have to first ungroup this. And if we go into node editor, now when I select something, the nodes come up. So that's the first thing. It has to be ungrouped. Now, this is something that messed me up for a little while when I first started using Lightburn. When you hover over the tool, you see it says edit nodes, control command, blah, blah. It's like, what the heck is that? Here, I blew it up a little bit. You can see it. These are all your tooltips. And for some reason, because this little backtick here is so small, I thought, and I've seen other people with the same issue, that you had to use the control or command key with the letter in order to get the node editing tools to work. That's not the case. This is actually the shortcut key to bring up the node editing tools. Like, see, if you hover over the select tools, as escape as your shortcut. To draw lines, control or command L. For a polygon, there isn't one. For a circle, it's control or command E. So what you need to do is you need to click on this key right here, controller command, and this backtick, which is the bottom side of the tilde key, next to number 1, above the tab. That's the button. So controller command and that key right there will bring up your node editing tool. And we can close out of that too. So, and this just shows the shortcuts of what the different letters will do, S, L, C, D, all that. So get that out of the way. So let's get started. So if I do command backtick, the node editing tool is active. If I'm in the right program, there we go. So that brought the node tool up. Now if I hover over it, it brings up all the keyboard shortcuts again. So first, let's just grab a node. I'll zoom in here. You can see what, I guess your first question might even be, what is a node? Well, a node is any point on a line that makes a direction change. Like a square, a basic square will have 4 nodes. And actually, a square doesn't have any nodes because it's not a shape. It's what they call a primitive shape. It's a built-in shape into Lightburn, but it's not actually a usable shape with node editing. So to use anything with the primitives, you have to convert it to a path first. So I selected it, right-click, convert to path. And now, when I click on the node tool, you'll see there's 4 nodes here, 1 in each corner. And I can grab it, I can reshape it any way I want to. So let's say I want to put a curve on this line. I'll just grab it down here. And now all of a sudden you see these things. What the heck are those? Those are what's called handles. And with that, you can adjust it. With the lengthen it, you change how far out it goes. That changes where the change takes place. Like here, if I do the same thing here, you notice it's actually going past because I pulled it so far out. So you can make a nice little S curve with it if you want to. Yeah. So that's the node handles. Now, let's just go right down through the alphabet of what we got up here. So let's start with S is to smooth a node. So if I hover over this node here and just hit the S key on the keyboard, it just changed. It was a corner node, now it's a smooth node, which means the handle affects both sides at the same time. See how they both work together? The length is independent, but they're tied together as one straight line. So you're affecting both parts of the line at the same time. That is your S for a smooth node. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll grab this one and make this one a smooth node by hovering. And you see how it changes, the cursor changes. You know you're over top of that node, hit the S key, and now we have a smooth node here. Our next is L, convert to a line. All right, well, let's grab this. So we'll grab right here. And we'll hit the hover over that and hit the L key. Now it just turned that curve into a straight line. Let's do it over here as well. L. Now it's a straight line between those 2 points. Between the 2 nodes, it made it a straight line. Which that can be handy, if you're doing something like here, you actually want to have it to be a straight line. Let's say we get rid of this node here, and we want to be a straight line between these 2 points. Hover over it and hit the L key. Next we have C, convert to a corner. So back here, go back to make this a smooth node. I hit S and that's a smooth node again. Now if I hover over it and hit C, it now becomes a corner node. That means the handles operate independently of each other again. So that's a corner node. That's your 2 types of nodes, smooth and corner. Now our next issue is D. The letter D. Let me see if I can find something a little more complex here for that. All right. So if I hover right here and hit the letter D, it deleted that line, broke it right out of there. I'm going to undo that. But I didn't want to lose the line, I want to lose this point. Hover over the node, hit the letter D, it deletes. Don't hit the delete key. If you hit the delete key, you lose the entire shape. Undo that. So it's the letter D to delete a node, or you can delete an entire line by hovering over the line itself, and now it got rid of that line between those 2 points. So that's the D. Now we have an I for insert. Go pick this one. Yeah, go right here. I hover over the line. I hit an I. It inserted a node right where I put it. And by default, insert is a smooth node. So I again. See, we're totally affecting the shape. This is a corner node, which we can make that a smooth node by hitting the S key. I inserts a node wherever your cursor is at. Now here's a handy one, particularly on a square. Where'd my square go? Here's my square. Say I want to put a node dead center between these 2 points on this line, but I don't trying to find it exactly. It doesn't matter. Just hover over the line anywhere and hit the M key. That inserts a node right in the middle. I'll do it again. M here and M here. Now I just divided this thing up into 4 equal spaces. Just that quick. Come back down here. M, M, M. Same thing, 4 equal spaces. So that's the M key, which is, like I say, that's very handy for putting different nodes in. Okay, next we have B, which is break a shape. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do that on this one here. So we hover over a node and hit B. Doesn't look like anything happened, did it? But it actually did. It split the node up. So now it's an open shape. I can readjust any way I want. But now it's an open shape and it won't fill. So when I'm done, I can just come back over. And you see how when it changes to a crosshair, a vertical horizontal crosshair, if it's a diagonal one, it doesn't connect. It's over top of it, but it's not connected. It's just when it's a perfectly vertical horizontal crosshair, now it's connected back together. Okay. So we did break, trim line. Okay. So let's take this node, this section here, grab the whole thing, move it there. All right, now if I hold my over this line and hit the T key, it trims it back to where it hits another object. The scissor tool does a lot of that for you now, so that this isn't used as much, but it does still have a place. The scissor tool doesn't always work for what you want it to. There again, another one. We'll bring it out here, hit the T, it deletes it back to that shape. Now the next one is the letter E. If I hit E on here, it's going to shoot from the node I'm covered over top of straight out until it hits something else. Do the same thing here, hit E, it goes out, now it's hit this one. They're not joined, but it hit them together as a straight line. So I want to join the shape back together. I drag it back like that, and now we're joined back together. And finally, A would be a line key. So let's say I select this one, and if I hit the letter A, it jumps to the nearest 45 or 90 degree angle. That's just moving the whole thing. Let's go A, drag this down. I want to make it perfectly level there. Looks like it already was. And only works on straight lines. So for example, say we have this rectangle over here. If I hit A, it brings it to 45 degrees. If I can, well, I can't move it there. Let me go back into it, move it. Come back in here. Not one perfectly, not one vertical. So what that does, like I say, is it brings something, a straight line, and aligns it to either 45 or 90 or whatever it is closest to. It does not work on complex shapes. Like if I grab the outline and hit A, it doesn't do anything there because it's too complex of a shape. Now let me show you how we can use this in a practical way. Bring this. Yeah, let's work out over here. There's no grid behind it. So we have this dog paw. We need to ungroup it first because that's just what you got to do. We'll take the node, and what I want to do is I want to connect these toes to the main foot. But in order to do that, I can drag it, and that doesn't look very good. So I'm going to undo that. But what I can do is hover over this, hit the B key to break it. So now that's broken. I'm just bringing this around and doing something that looks a little more realistic. Grabbing this one, bringing that down where it's touching, and that looks a little more realistic. But you cannot have a three-way joint on a vector graphic. You can only have a two-way joint. So I'm going to select the paw. I'm going to insert a node right here at the intersection. And then I'm going to hit the B key to break it, and then hover over here and hit the D key to delete that line segment. So now this is loose and it's connected to the paw, to the toe. But it's not connected over here, so I need to come on this one and I need to insert a node here as well. I, B, move over here, and D to delete. And I'll just grab this until the plus sign appears, and now we're connected. So now that toe is actually connected to the paw. Let's do the same thing over here on this one. I'm going to break it right here. Pull loose, drag the handle around so it looks more realistic. Drag this handle around. And let's put them like right there. Once again, click on that part. Just go through this quickly. I, B, move it off, D. I, B, move it off, D. And D, delete that one. Now I grab it, connected, and that one connected automatically because it was already in the right place. Now we've got 2 of the 4 connected. How are we going to do this one? Well, let's break this one right here. B. Come down like so. Grab this, bring it around. It looks more realistic. That's about right. Click. I, B, D. And see, that deleted past. So I could, let's use our E to extend it, and it runs it all the way out and connects. So I'll just drag it down to where it connected. And then finally over here, this last one. We'll break it here. B, move it around. Bring this one around up there. Let's bring this a little closer. All right, click in here. I, B, D. And this one's so close, I'm just going to grab it and move it over until it connects. And that one's connected. So now we have a closed shape. Put it in fill mode. It filled right in. That's just one way you can use the node editor to modify your graphics. So there you have a quick run through of the node editor and all the tools that are in there. Just a quick overview. Put it in your toolbox. Use it when you need it. Just know what you can do with it. There's a lot of features in Lightburn that aren't hidden, or they're hidden in plain sight. People just don't understand them. So it can be a very powerful editing tool for your graphics. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.